day it's been so far. I don't know about you lot, but that scenery outside was simply breathtaking. That ceremony had me reaching into my wife's handbag for a hanky to wipe away my tears. But I do think we're all in agreement tonight that Mel looks absolutely beautiful. And that Amit, you made a very wise decision not to wear that notorious LA Raiders cap. My name is Richard, this is Lee, and this is Aminal. We've all been friends with Amit for around 20 years since our day at university. Back then he was a studious little chap, full of innocence and a thirst for all the knowledge that an undergraduate degree can bring. Then he met us. Oh, how life changed for little old Rio. He was quickly introduced to the world of British soap operas, Foster's beer, betting slips, and funny old fruit machines. And yeah, we are responsible for that wonderful Cockney accent he's developed over the years. I'm telling you, it's not uncommon to find El Grillo down his local pub with a pint in his hand, cheering on teams he's never heard of before because he's got a tenner on them as a part of a bet. He's also blessed with an array of vocabulary that includes phrases such as, "Oh, mate, I could murder a fry-up, and I'm bloody hammered." But seriously, it's our honour today to stand in front of all of you and have the pleasure of celebrating two very special people in Mel and Amit. Please sit back and relax and enjoy a few tales about them both. And my fellow brethren here will now share with you. Just a quick note, this is the clean and heavily vetted version. But if you prefer the slightly alternative version, we'll be at the bar taking drinks all night.
Thank you, Richard, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Can I just say also what a magic day today has been. I've not been this happy since I last saw Amit dressed as a woman. And that was last weekend up in London. So before Aminal speaks about the lovely Mel, I'm going to be speaking about Amit. Having thought long and hard about all the positive things that I can say about Amit, I'm actually struggling. So Aminal, it's over to you. No, I'm kidding. I've actually decided to take you back to the late 90s, a time when Amit first fell in love with the Spice Girls, Oasis, the King, that is Lionel Richie, and crucially, when at University of Sussex, I first met this diminutive chap from Gran Canaria. Amit previously studied at an American school, and as Richard has just pointed out, he effectively looked like an American gangster and the adopted son of the notorious B.I.G. Beneath the hard exterior, though, was a Spanish lad who had a thirst for life, a love of Atletico Madrid, and a hatred of the English weather. So it quickly became apparent that Amit loved his football, and he signed up for trials to play for the university team. Amit always talked, and he was adamant that football had to be played the right way. Pass and move, which is exactly what he should have been doing when Richard sliced poor Amit in half, in what Amit always called Richard's famous tackle. Little did I know at the time, but Richard's tackle ended up cementing a true friendship. So in that first year at university, Amit always talked as well about how great the Spanish football team was. And he went to great lengths to tell you this was going to be their year. Frustratingly for Amit, Euro 96 was not Spain's year. What was particularly pleasing for us was that it was England who knocked out Spain. When Stuart Pearce scored that winning penalty, not only did England go through, but I had the added bonus of learning a whole range of new Spanish swear words. It was a similar story back then when we sat and watched Eurovision Song Contest. This is true. We heard the Spanish entry, then Amit would turn to me and say, "Lee, this is definitely going to win it." Spain would come nowhere. Cue more Spanish swearing. But that's Amit. He's passionate about his beloved Spain. And another one of Amit's great passions is food. Amit loves his food and he's cooked some amazing dishes in the past. That said, Amit on occasion can be a bit of a food snob. An example of this occurred a few months ago over a tapas meal that we had, when I committed what to Amit was the ultimate culinary sin. I actually dipped my ham on and my bread in the patatas bravas sauce. Honestly, the look on Amit's face, I genuinely thought that my wedding invite was at risk. I also recall at university an incident involving a block sink. Effectively, we lost our house deposit because somebody had been stuffing food down the kitchen sink. There was a rumour that it was Amit, but he publicly denied it. Now, putting two and two together and thinking about what we've just been talking about, what did the lovable food snob Amit do with all the food that was not to his liking? Mel, even to this day, I cannot confirm who the culprit was. But if ever you have a block sink in the new marital home, trust me, it was Amit. So back to the degree, which in Amit's case was law, and to be fair to him, he studied hard. Often, while we would be downstairs watching television, he'd be upstairs in his room studying. Thinking back though, as an 18-year-old, who knew what he was doing in that room? Masturbation. Excuse me. So as Richard has pointed out, after spending a lot of time with us, Amit started to pick up the beautiful language that was Cockney East London. I actually remember Amit coming home one day from his classes and telling us that he described his lecturer as some geezer. Amit thought that he was going to university to earn a degree that was going to help him through life. But little did he know that actually he was going to be enriched with an East London accent that was actually responsible for all the success he's ever had in his life since. Amit Mill, you're welcome. So, in summary, Amit essentially is a passionate man who loves his food, loves his football, allegedly blocks kitchen sinks, and clearly spends way too much time in his room on his own. Amit, on a serious level, I'm extremely grateful that Mel and yourself have allowed me to speak today, and I am genuinely lucky man, a very lucky man to count you as such a close friend. Really am. Nearly there. Knowing the great girl that Mel is, and the top geezer that you are, I know you'll both have a wonderful life together. To you both, I wish you all the very best. And always over to you.
Thank you very much, Lee. Good evening, buenas noches, namaste, hola, and hello. And to my Sindhi family, kia ayo? Kia ayo? That right? Right. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Aminul. I'm one of Amit's closest friends. And I've been asked to speak on this very special occasion, and especially speak about this beautiful, gorgeous person sitting to my right, the wonderful Mrs. Melanie Jane Crockard Hathiramani. Ladies and gentlemen, senors and senoritas, doesn't the bride look absolutely radiant tonight? Right, there is so much that I can say about this Mel, and the question is, where do I start? So let me start from the beginning. It was first in 2012 that I first met Mel, and I immediately warmed to her. Charming, sophisticated, classy, stylish, sweet, passionate, super intelligent. Amit, you can pay me later on. I immediately said to Mel, I get you, jackpot. You've done well, my friend. Do not balls this up. She has this positive energy around with her all the time, this zest for life. And as a fellow educator, I also know that she's very devoted, passionate, and also a very selfless teacher. When I first met them in 2012, you see that smile on their face right now? They had that exact smile, that beaming smile from one ear to the other. They were hopelessly in love then as they are tonight. Just look at them. Right? Over the years, I've met Mel on many occasions in a professional capacity in her school with her adorable children, in social scenarios like this with friends, and frequently we've shared a plate of shredded potatoes over dinner at my house with my family and my children. Now, my children absolutely adore their uncle Amit and Auntie Mel. This is one of the key things that I think symbolises today's event. We heard our speakers earlier out there speaking about family. This is exactly what Mel has become, family. We may have lost a brother today to the institution of marriage, but in replacement, we've found this wonderful sister. Welcome to the family, Mel. But I've said the nice things, so let me add the caveat. And this is a word of caution to Amit, and it's something Alice mentioned earlier. Mel, for those of us who know her very well, is a fighter, a scrapper, loves the debate, positively stubborn, speaks her mind, and never or hardly ever concedes defeat. And just for the record, these were exactly Alice's words, not mine. Right. Of course, the problem is, Amit is very similar. He also loves the debate, and he hardly ever concedes defeat. Oh, Amit. Welcome to marriage, my friend. Okay, in all seriousness, this passion, this energy, this enthusiasm that Mel has is what makes Mel Mel. But if I may, let me give you some quick words of advice. As somebody who's been married for 12 years nearly, right? So I'm a veteran of marriage now. To my long-suffering and beautiful wife, Asya over there, the first thing to say, bro, good luck. Or as the Spanish say, buena suerte. Okay? And secondly, learn these words and memorize them in your mind. Yes, dear. Sí, mi amor. A woman is never wrong. This is the universal recipe for a successful marriage. Just remember this. So, I'm going to swiftly. So, who is this sweet girl? This sweet girl from Belfast that swept my brother off his feet? What is the real narrative behind this great love story? There's no point in asking Amit, because whenever I ask him about Mel, he gets mushy, giddy, shy, and sweet, like a love-struck teenager. So instead, I approached the lovely Alice, and she told me many stories, but I'm just going to give you a couple. They did meet in Thailand, but she told me it was in a Buddhist monastery during a fundraising event for orphan and street children. Right, so I'm sticking to that. And apparently, and this is where I need the Irish family to canvass this and join in. Apparently, Mel has this absurdly amazing party trick. It's a true gift. Apparently, she can store insane amounts of marshmallows in her mouth. Right? She still holds the Lisbon Village Fate Marshmallow Eating Competition, 1991, as an 8-year-old. She won this, and because Mel loves a challenge, and because she never concedes defeat. These are not any ordinary marshmallows. These are officially the world's largest marshmallows. And she will prove to you all, ladies and gentlemen, later on, that she can continue on with this party trick. So let me end my talk by reminding Amit of how lucky and truly blessed he is. I knew Mel was the one immediately when I saw her. You could just sense it. It felt natural. The boy from San Fernando de Maspalomas. A bigger cheer, come on. Is hopelessly in love. And not many people are lucky enough to find their yin or their yang, as Alice said, but they obviously have. Just look at them both. They are made for each other. Companions for life, soulmates. My 6-day younger brother has found his anchor. The famous Sufi poet Rumi once said, their union is melted, like that place where the sky and the ocean meet in the horizon. Natural, seamless, without any form of separation. I often think of that poem when I see these two together. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm now going to pass you back to MC Rika, who is going to enlighten you further with some words of wisdom around marriage and love. Thank you.
Alright, so knowing what we know about these two lovebirds, what advice can we give them as they skip and dance down the yellow brick road of marriage? It seems that you are both passionate and committed people. Mel, you are clearly passionate about education and committed to making a difference in the lives of young people. While Amit is passionate about Spain, food, and whatever he did up in that room at university. But seriously, marriage is ultimately the practice of becoming passionate friends. So, some words of advice. Be passionate about loving one another as you desire to be loved. Commit to making time for each other and neglecting the world rather than your friendship. For it's a strong bond that you build with each other that will stand you in good stead from this day forth. You both have a sense of adventure and enjoy the wonders of the world. Know that marriage is a true adventure and is filled with new experiences and opportunities. You must explore them together and support each other through those uncharted territories. Mel, you may need to hold his hand during these times. He often gets a little nervous. But Amit, whenever you feel nervous or feel afraid about these new adventures, just speak of those famous Spanish explorers like Juan Ponce de Leon, Hernán Cortés, and of course, Dora the Explorer. They all achieved great things by embracing new adventures. And you must do the same. And if you do, your marriage will grow more beautiful and precious as time goes by. I think the famous walrus of love, Barry White, really hit the nail on the head with these simple words. Don't go changing trying to please each other. Don't want for clever compensation. Just promise from the heart that you will love each other just the way you are. If you follow our simple advice, I promise you, that marriage ain't nothing but a chicken wing. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of us. To Amit and Mel, cheers.
Good.